Take a gentle breath before you begin. Let the space around you soften. There is nothing you need to rush into. Becoming a mother changes everything, but what no one tells you is that it doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives quietly. So quietly that one day you look around and realize your life has shifted and you didn't even hear the moment it happened. One day you were you, and then one day you were you, with a life depending upon your breath, your body, your presence. There is love so deep it feels instinctive, protective, almost ancient. And alongside it, there can be something else, something you don't always have words for. A tenderness you didn't expect, a vulnerability that feels unfamiliar, a tiredness that lives deeper than sleep. If you are listening to this, you might be carrying a quiet question inside you. Not a loud one, not something you say out loud, just a soft wondering, where did I go? Not because you don't love your child, not because you regret becoming a mother, but because parts of you feel quieter now, less visible, less named. Parts of you that once moved freely, thought freely, rested freely. Let me say this slowly so your body can hear it. You did not disappear. You are still here. You are not broken for feeling this way. You are not failing motherhood. You are human, moving through a profound transition. Motherhood doesn't look the same every day. Some days feel meaningful. Some days feel repetitive. And some days feel like an endless cycle of giving. Feeding, holding, soothing, repeating. And in the middle of all that giving, the world often forgets to look at you. Not the baby, not the role. You. Not the polite, how are you, but the real one. The one that asks how your heart is doing, how your body is coping, how your sense of self is holding up. So if no one has asked you yet, let this space ask you now. How are you? Really? You might feel grateful and overwhelmed at the same time. You might feel deeply in love and deeply tired. You might feel joy sitting right next to exhaustion, warmth beside uncertainty. You might miss the version of you who moved without planning, who slept without listening for sounds, who existed without constant responsibility. You might miss your silence, your solitude, your old rhythm. This doesn't mean you are ungrateful. It doesn't mean you love your child any less. It means you are adjusting to becoming someone new. Motherhood is not the erasing of who you were. It is the stretching of you. And stretching can ache. There is an unspoken expectation placed on mothers to glow, to cope, to be endlessly patient, to feel fulfilled by love alone. But love, no matter how deep, does not replace rest. Love does not replace identity. Love does not erase the need for space. You are allowed to miss yourself. You are allowed to want moments that are just yours. You are allowed to feel tired of being needed all the time. You do not have to apologize for that. You regret motherhood. Needing space does not cancel love. Wanting quiet does not mean you regret motherhood. Longing for yourself does not make you selfish. It makes you honest. Your body may feel different now, not just physically, but in how it belongs to you. Your time may feel divided, interrupted, borrowed. Even your thoughts may feel unfinished, pulled away mid-sentence. So let this be a quiet reminder. You are still a person, not just a role. You are allowed to have thoughts that are not about schedules, dreams that do not include anyone else, emotions that do not need to be explained. You do not need to get yourself back because you were never lost. You are becoming. Becoming doesn't look graceful every day. Some days it feels beautiful. Some days it feels heavy. Some days it feels like you are barely holding it together. All of those days count. You do not need to use motherhood to prove your strength. You do not need to be inspiring. You do not need to feel grateful every moment. You are allowed to be where you are without fixing it. There is no timeline for feeling like yourself again. No deadline for balance. No finish line where everything suddenly feels clear. You are allowed to move slowly through this season. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to rest inside the becoming. You don't need to bloom every day. You don't need clarity yet. You just need to stay. If today feels messy, stay. If today feels quiet, stay. If today feels like survival, stay. You are doing something meaningful, even when it feels ordinary, even when no one sees it, even when you feel unseen yourself. Your presence matters, not because of how much you give, not because of how well you cope, but because you exist. So take this moment now, not to fix anything, not to improve yourself, not to become better, just to breathe, to soften your shoulders, to notice that you are still here, still becoming, still worthy of care. If these words felt like company, let yourself rest here for a moment. When life gets loud, come here to breathe. This is SoulEcho, echoes of peace within you. Just breathe and be enough.